Good afternoon, everybody. Today is August 3rd, 2022. Today our lecture is Visuddhimagga part of Purification about the Sinedesa, about the concentration, Marananusati, mindfulness of the part 80. So before starting the lecture, we pay respect to the Buddhas, say Namo Tassa in 3 times, please. Namo Tassa Bhagavatu Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavatu Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavatu Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Thank you very much for your watching. So we continue talking about the mindfulness of death. So mindfulness of death is beneficial for who practice that kind of meditation to make a lot to do wholesome things as soon as possible because the nature of the death. So that's why the Buddha make a kind of the meditation method to practice. So we various kind of method to make that kind of. So Pali explain like this. Tena Tenaha. Tena aha. Tenaha is a tena plus aha. Tena therefore aha set. It is set. It is set meaning is the Buddha explain how to reflect about the nature of death. So the kind of the stanza here, Achayandi Horata. Achayandi Horata Jivitamuparojati. Jivita Muparojati. Ayukiyati Machana Konadina wa Odagan. Konadina wa Odagan. So Jivita Muparojati means Jivita Uparojati. Jivitam plus Uparojati. You have to separate these what. So we were studying the translation here. Konadina wa. Konadina iwa. Konadina wa means Konadina iwa. Iwa is like give the example. Like give the example. Konadina is Nadi is a river, isn't it? So Konadina is a kind of the river. Here Ku is no different meaning. Nadi is river. So Konadina is a river. Konadina of the river Odagan. Odagan is water. Odagan, Udagan, Pali Odagan, Udagan saying water. Sometimes Udaka, Pali say water. So Odagan also U changing into O. So Pali U and O is sometimes changing. Yeah. So that's why. Odagan, Udagan saying water. So Konadina Odagan, the water of the river. So water of the river, Kiyadi. Kiyadi is a gone. Kiyadi meaning is a gone. And then Ahorata. Ahorada, aha and rata. Aha, Pali aha meaning aha plus rata. Here ahorata. Aha is a kind of the day. Rata is a night. Day, night. Ahorata. So ahorata means day and night. Ahorata is Chayandi. Achayandi. Achayandi is gone. Kiyadi, Achayandi same. Pali Kiyadi also, huh? Kiyadi is Kiyadi is gone. Achayandi also kind of meaning gone. Huh? Every day, day and night is all the time gone. Because the day and night just panyati. Just panyati. So panyati is all panyati or everything is just gone. No? So day and night gone. Achayandi. And then Machana. Macha is the living being. Machana of the living being. Jivita here. Jivita is a life. The life of living being. Uparojati. Here we separate Uparojati. So Uparojati is disappear. Rojati is a disappear. Uparojati also same. Upa is a no meaning here. Disappear. The life or the living being disappear. And then Machana Ayu here Ayu. Machana is a second time we translate like this together with Ayu. Machana Ayu. Machana is a living being of the living being. Ayu is a life. So Jivita also lie, Ayu also lie. Huh? Kiyadi is a gone. So this is the nature of death. We say the nature of the marana. Nature of marana is everything in the world, in the universe, everything is born, appear, and everything's where we disappear, definitely disappear. Huh? Nothing is permanent. So there's a nature of the things explained here. We have to reflect like this. So that's why here in the translation, the stanza, the night and days go slipping by. Go slipping by now, Achayandi. Achayandi is slipping by. goes living by. As light keep dwindling steadily, till mortal span like a water pool. No water pool, that's the water from the flowing of the water from the river. And the filling rate is all used up. Used up meaning is keyed. Keyed. Like this. So we can reflect the nature of death like this. And then another one, another way, another method is another stanza mentioned here. Palana miwa pekana pado papato bayan ewan chatana machana nechang maranato bayan. So this is a stanza, also another stanza to reflect the nature of the death. So we are studying translation like here. Pado. Pado means early morning. Pado. In the early morning, Pekkana. Here, Pekkana. Pekka is ripen. Pekka, ripen. Ripen is ready to eat. The fruit, ripen, we call ripen. So Pekkana, Pali Pekkana. Pekkana, Palana. Palana iwa. Palana miwa is palana iwa. Pala is a fruit. So fruit already ripened in the morning. What happened? Potato is a fall down because the fruit is ripe already. So that fruit is, fall down from the tree, isn't it? So the nature. Potato from the falling down, bayan. Bayan is fear. Fear or afraid. Afraid. The kind of the already ripened the kind of the fruit definitely fall down from the tree. So if you don't want, but yes, definitely that kind of fear. A1 like this. This is an example. A1 like this. Chadana machana. Chadanang achana. Chadanang machana. Chadana is a born. Machanang is a living being. The born living being, Nichang all the time, always. Maranato from the dead, Bayam fear. Yeah. The all living being born after that they need to be all the time they have fear. Maybe one day we will die. So that kind of fear we have, isn't it? Like this. The example is the early morning already ripen the fruit, maybe definitely fall down from the tree. That kind of fear is similarly born living being always fear from the death. Yeah. This is a nature. This is a nature of the death. Nobody escape from that nature, isn't it? Any belief, any kind of belief, believe in something or not, everybody is concerned with the kind of nature of death. Not living being, everything. Non-living being also, like a fruit. Early morning on the tree, the fruit is already ripened. So the fruit, maybe afternoon, maybe evening, fall down from the tree. This is a nature, the death. Like this. In the fall season, every leaf fall down. The fall season, everybody, the color of leaves beautiful, but this is our nature, show the nature of death. So somebody, the monk who live in the forest, look at the tree, from the tree, many leaves fall down. So reflect the nature of death, like this. So here explain. Yeah. So here in English translation, as there is a fear, when the fruits are ripe, that in the morning they will fall down. Maybe in the afternoon, maybe in the evening, we don't know exactly. So mortal are in constant fear. When they are born, that they will die in one day. Definitely. Nobody escaped from that nature of death. Whoever, rich or poor or wise or, the whoever. Yeah. So that nature, we have to reflect like this to make a mindfulness of death, Maranasati, meditation method. Okay, and then another method, Pali show here. Yathabi Kumbha Karasa. Yatha is a kind of example also here. Kumbha Karasa. Kumbha Karasa Katang Mati Ka Bhajana. Kudakancha Mahandancha Yang Bakkan Yancha Amakan. Sabang Vedana Pariyandang Ewan Machana Jvita. So all the time Buddha show the example to reflect the nature of death. So here also, Yathabi Kumbhakarasa. Kumbhakara is, Yathabi is later. Kumbhakarasa. Kumbhakara is, Kumbha is the pot. Kara is the person who make the pot, we call Kumbhakarasa. So Kumbhakara, Kara is a Kara is a make. Yeah. So that's why here Kumbhakarasa is the person who make a pot. Katang. Katang is a make. Katang. We go to the next second line. Kudagancha. Kudaka is a small pot, or Mahandancha. Mahanda is a big one. Yeah. Any size. Big pot or small pot. The person who make a pot make. Yambakam. Yambakam is some pot is already baked. Already baked meaning it's ready to use. Yancha amakam. Yancha means some amaka is not yet baked. Just make shape of the pot. Not put into the furnace to make ready to use baking. So any kind, a small paw or big paw or the already baked paw or not yet baked paw or whatever, whatever. Matika bhajana. Huh? Matika bhajana meaning is a kind of the Matika is the Adan, and bhajana is a container, kind of pot, container. Matika bhajana meaning is a kind of the Adan pot. Matika bhajana, Adan pot. Yeah. So Adan pot is here mentioned big, small, or big, or already big, or not yet big. Whatever, any kind of the Adam pot, definitely Vedana Pariyanda. Sabban, all kind. Sabban, Vedana Pariyanda. All kind of pot. Vedana is broken. Yeah, Adam pot is easy to broken, isn't it? So yeah, the Vedana broken. Pariyanda is end. All kind of part at the end broken. Vedana Pariyanda. Pariyanda is end. At the end, they all kind of part, Adam part were broken. It's definitely here. So like the Yathabi, like this. A1 similarly, Machana Jivita. Machana Jivita. Machana is Machana, the kind of the living being, Jividam, life also. So yeah, you can reflect like this, the nature of that. Okay. So in English translation, and as the fate of pot of clay, the matika, clay, once fashioned by the potter hand. Yeah, the kumbhakara is potter. Harry Potter. Here, kumbhakara is a potter. The potter is a kind of the person who make a pot, or small or big, or bake or raw. Amagan is a raw, not yet baked. Not yet baked meaning it's a raw. Yeah. So whatever, all kind of the pot of clay, condemn them to be broken up. So mortal life leads but to the death, like this. This is a nature. This is a nature of the death, like a pot of the clay. So the meditation is sometimes we look at outside and then the outside, the nature, put into our nature, ourself, like this. So meditation is all the time like this, to reflect. Okay, and then another method how to reflect that nature of death here. Give many information how to practice many different methods to reflect the nature of death. So here, Osawa Tinagami Surya Kamana Pati Ewa Mayu Manosana Mama Ama Niwarayati. Tinagami. We will translate from here. Tinagami. Tina, you know, Tina. Tina is Tina, you know, Tina is a kind of the grass. grass. Tina, grass. Ega is the top. The top, in the top of grass. Me is in. In the top of grass. So early morning, when you go to your yard, the grass, top of the grass, what you see is small kind of the Osawo is a kind of the dew. Dew. Osawo Iwa. Iwa is like. Yeah. So early morning when you see the top of the grass, some dew, what's happened? The sun rise. So Surya Yogamana. Surya Ogamana. Surya is the sun. Ogamana is the rise. Ogamana, the rising of sun, Pati. Pati is because of the sunrise. Because of sunrise, what happened? Disappear, isn't it? So that meaning is included. Disappear. The dew disappear at the top of the grass. The dew where we disappear after sunrise because of sunrise. So Ewa Mayu, Ewan are you? Ewan like this. Ewan like that kind of nature. Are you Manosana? Are you Manosana is human beings? Are you live? Like our life also, like a dew disappear when the sun rise. Human being or life also disappear one day. We don't know what time. We don't know. One morning or afternoon or evening or we don't know. But definitely. So Mama Ama is a mother. Ama is mother. Ama here. Ama. Mother. Man meaning is me. Ma Niwaraya. Ma and Niwaraya together. Ma is a dome. Niwaraya is dome. Niwaraya is here hinder. Hinder they translate in Pali the English hinder. Here, this Pali is the take from the someone who want to become a monk. So his mother or please don't do to become a monk. So yeah, that kind of the mother, disagree with him. So the person replied to the mother, "Please, mother, don't say like this, because the top of the grass true is disappear when the sunrise, like this. Human being, the life maybe disappear. So don't stop to do. Don't doing like this. Don't say like this." So yeah, that kind of story here, the police take off. So here in the translation, the dew drop on the blade of the grass vanish when the sun come up or rise. So such is a human lifespan also. So mother, do not hinder me. Okay. So Pali is explaining, and these videos kind of reflecting many kind, but here that's like explaining here. A1 like this. A1 okidasiko. Okidasiko is the putting the knife on the head. Wadakowiya. Wadaka is the killer, the person who the mother. Like Wiya is like a mother who put the knife on the head. So the nature of death is like this for everybody. So Buddha gave that kind of example. The death is kind of the mother put the knife on the head. So like this, everybody, the life of everybody is like this. Yeah. So sahajadiya agatam panedam maranam kiwaya asim charaya mano. So wadakowiya jividam haradiya. Jadiya saha. Jadiya is a bone. With the bone, agadam. Agadam is coming. Panedam pana edam. Edam marana. Pana is no meaning here. Edam marana. Edam marana, that kind of death. That kind of death is coming together with bone, jadi. So Buddha is playing like that. Kiwaya. Kiwaya is on the neck. Kiwa. On the neck, a sin. A sin is a kind of the knife. Charayamano. Charayamano. Charayamano is a put the knife on the neck. So Vadakowiya. Vadako is a mother. That mother, like a dead mother. Jividan is alive. Haradiwa is bring. Bring the light meaning is a key, isn't it? Pali is a bring jividam haradi yuva. So bring the light. Bring the light meaning is a key. Aharidoa, na is a leader. Na is a leader. Aharidoa, not bring. Aharidoa, huh? Not bring. Na niwudadi. Na niwudadi meaning is not bring back. No return. No return. So the meaning is definitely bring the light. Definitely kill. Yeah. Tasama, therefore, because of that reason, sahajadiya agado. Sahajadiya with the bone, agado means coming. Then the dab is coming with the bone. Chivita haranado cha. Chivita haranado means bringing the life. Bringing the light, okita siko wadakoya. So the mother who put the knife on the head, Maranambi, death also. The nature of death also. Pichupatita mewati. Pichupatita mewa iti. Mewa iti. Pichupatita is approaching. Pichupatita is approaching. Approaching to the everybody. The dab is approaching to the everybody. So that means A1 like this. Vadaka Pichupatana. Approaching the kind of the Mara. Mara is like here the example. Marana depth is like a Mara. So Marana Anusaritaba. Marana Anusaritaba. Marana is a depth, Anusaritaba meaning is recollect. So recollect the nature of death like this. So Buddha explained that with the example all the time like this. So English translation, so this death would come along with the backbone. It's like a mother with a pulse of sweat. And like a mother who applies the sweat to the neck, is carry off life and never return to bring it back. That is why things that appear like a mother with poised sweat or inches coming along with the bat and then carrying off life all the time. So it should be recollect or should be reflect as having the appearance of the mother. So Buddha is playing the nature of death with that kind of example also. How to practice the mindfulness of death. Okay. And then Pali continue explaining. Sampatti vipatti dodi ida. Sampatti and vipatti. Opposite. Sampatti and vipatti is the opposite. Sampatti is who are very and everything is good situation. Sampatti. Vipatti is not good situation. So Sampati Vipati Todi. Sampati Vipati To meaning is Ida. Ida is in the human world. Ida. In the human world, Sampati Nama Tawadeva Sobati. Yawana Vipati Nabi Poisati. Sampati Nama, Sampati mean Tawadeva. Tawadeva is up to kind of the situation. Sobati is good. Subha. Sobati is subati. Sobati. Yeah, the good. Yawa na vipati nabi bhavi bhavati. Nabi bhavati is not destroy. So vipati is until the deficiency is not destroyed, that kind of good situation. Yeah. Nabi bhavati is the destroy. Nabi bhavati. Nabi bhavati, sorry. So nacha sa sampati nama ati. Sa sampati, that kind of good situation. Na ati is there's not that kind of good situation. The good, the well, the many properties. So sampati. Ya vipati tikama tetati yewa. Ya vipati tikama. Ya is that kind of sampati. Sampati is kind of the situation of the wealthy, very many properties. So vipati tikama, beyond the deficiency. Tetati yewa is standing. Tatahi. It is true. Tatha is kind of the talking. Sakala Medina Photo. Tatwa Koti Satang Sukhi Atta Malaka Matasa Andi Isarandang Kato. Tenewa Deha Pandina Punyami Kaya Magati Marana Bimukho Sobi Asoko Soka Magadodi. So that stanza is the make nature of the death here is plain. So Sukhi, we study from here. Sukhi, translate. Sukhi means Sukha is happiness. The person who has a happiness, So that person we call Sukhi. Sukhi. Asoko. Asoko is the last line. Asoko. So Soka is a sorrow. Asoka is a no sorrow. No sorrow means that is name of the king, Asoka. So Asoka means that king has no sorrow, no sorrows. That king name is Asoko. Huh? Asoka is very popular in the Buddha, the Dharma spreading all around the world. He tried. That king is. So that king is Sakalan Medina. Sakalan is all. Sakala is all. Here Sakala is all. Sakalan Medina. Medina is a kind of the continent like India continent. Medina. So Medi is Meda is a kind of the bhumi, kind of the ground. So Sakala Medi name means all continent he occupied. So that king is very rich. Very Koti Satang here. Koti Satang. Koti is billion. Sata is 100. 100 billion. He rich, huh? 100 billion. Koti Sadan Dadwa, or Dadwa is he donate the king. The Asoka king donate the 100 billion to the Buddha. The teaching spreading all over the world. He tried. So Dadwa after donated, Andy here Andy at the end. Anta is end. Ante. At the end. After donation, at the end. At the end means he is very old at the time. At the end, ada malaka matasa. Ada malaka. Ada is half. Ada is a half. Ada malaka is a kind of the fruit. I don't know in English the kind of fruit name. Like a very small plant size. That fruit is a very after little bit sour, but after eating that kind of fruit, when you drink, sweet, changing like this. That kind of tree, that kind of fruit. So half of that fruit, he's a very rich before, but going to die very old age, he began poor. In his hand, only half of that kind of fruit. So then meaning here, Adam Malaka Madasa. Madasa is just only half of the fruit he has at the end. Isradan means he possesses Isradan Kato is he possesses only half of the fruits. Finally, at the end. Okay, so that Asoka king, Sobi is that Asoka king also. Tenewa deha bandina. Tenewa deha bandina. Deha is a body. Tenewa deha bandina. With that body. Tenewa deha bandina. With that body. Punyami. Punyami is a punya is a wholesome thing. Kaya magati. Kayang agati. Kaya magati means kayang agati. Kayang is a gun. So he make a lot of punya, isn't it? He make a lot of the wholesome thing because he donate, 100 billion. But that kind of wholesome thing gone finally. So kayang agati. Agati is coming. So, the wholesome thing gone. Marana bimukha. Marana is a death. Bimukha is approaching to the death. Marana bimukha. Approaching to the death. Soka magado. Sokan agado. Soka magado is sokan. Sokan is sorrow. Agado coming. So sorrow coming to him at the time. Because before he is very rich and his power is everybody afraid him because he has a great army. He has a lot of properties. So his power is very, very great. But finally, approaching to the death, he has just only in his hand only half of the fruits, and then he has a lot of sorrow. Or before I'm very rich, but right now I have only half of the fruits. He's thinking like this. So anyway, his name Asoko, but actually not Asoko. That person finally sorrow because of death. The nature of death is like this. So here the stanza is kind of the urgency, samvika. Yeah. How much rich that person finally died. Everything he left. That person left and then died. So that nature is the kind of the nature of death. We have to reflect, we have to recollect like this to understand the nature of death. Okay, and then Pali explain, or the Pali is translate like this: as the ring of the sunset, here sunset shine as long as a feeler. So sunset is sampati. Feeler here, English translation, feeler is a vipatti. So sunset and feeler, opposite. Sampati and vipatti. Sampati and vipatti. So sunset shine as long as failure does not overcome it. And then sunset, the somebody does not exist, that might endure out of reach of the failure, vipatti. So accordingly, same here like this, he gave with the joy 100 million after conquering all art. So till in the end, his ring came down to less than half of the cornet. So cornet is kind of the, here in English translation, that kind of fruit is cornet. Cornet fruit. Cornet's what? Half of the cornet's what he has. Yet when his marriage was used up, his body breathing at last breath, that means approaching to the death, the sorrowless Asoka to fed sorrow face to face with the death. So like this, you should reflect like this as well. The nature of that death. Okay. And then Pali continues explaining apicca. Apicca in the other way. Apicca. Pali studying apicca. Apicca is a furthermore. We translate. Furthermore, Saban. Saban means all. Arrogant. Arrogant is very heavy. Javada Puriyosana. Javada is a kind of the disease. Puriyosana is ant. Yeah, so that meaning is everybody happy, but finally, have the disease. Because of going to die meaning is because of some kind of disease, isn't it? Yeah. So Sabang Arojang Pyavada Priyosana. Priyosana is the end. At the end, the disease. Sabang or Yobana. Yobana is a young. So everybody, you look young, so everybody is, it's happy. Somebody talk to you, you look so young. So that person, very happy. But actually, young Yobanang is at the end what? Charaburyosana. At the end, Charaburyosana. At the end, yeah, it's absolutely true. Nobody is all the time young. Going to OH all the time. Going to OH, isn't it? Year by year, month by month, and day by day. Yeah. So that is the nature of that. And then Saban or Chivida. Chivida means a kind of the life. So all kind of life also, and Marana Priyosana. In that and in the death. And then Saboyewa. Saboyewa is all. Loka Saniwaso. Loka Saniwasa means the kind of the living being, all kind of living being. Saboyewa, Loka Saniwaso means all kind of living being. Chadiya. Chadiya is a bab. Chadiya Anugato. Anugato is anu is again and again, gata is a going. Life is again and again going. Charaya Anugato. Charaya is OH. Anugato is again and again going. Yeah, so that meaning is all the time we are second by second, minute by minute, and then hour by hour, and day by day, and then month by month, year by year. We are with the bad, with the old age, like this. This is nature, our life. Pyadena Abhibudo. Pyadina, sorry. Pyadina is a disease. With a disease, Pyadina. Abhibudo is we are all the time stuck. Torture, like a torture by the disease, torture with the disease. Maranena, Marana is a death. With the death, Abbahato. Abbahato is, Abbahato is the hidden, hid by the death, hid all the time. Yeah. So this is the nature of our life. The Buddha explained like this. Yeah. So when you reflect that the nature of the death, so you should reflect like this also. That's why here English translation. Furthermore, all have and in the sickness, all youth and in the aging, all life and in death, all worldly existence, all kind of living being in the world is procured by birth, haunted by aging, surprised by sickness, and stuck down by the death. So like this, you should reflect. When you practice the mindfulness of death, so this is another way, another method how to practice the mindfulness of death. Okay. And then the Pali explain with the stanza like this: Tena aha. Tena, therefore, aha, Buddha talk. Yatabi, Yatabi is all the time. Give the example. Yatabi sela vipula naban ahicha naban ahicha pabada samanda anupariyeyo niposthinda chtudisa. This is an example. Ewan jaracha machucha adiwatanti panine khadiye brahmane wase sode chandala okuse na kinchi parivichedi sabamewa bimatati na tatha hathina bhumi na athana na patiya na chabi manta yodena sakka jetum dhanena vati iti. Like this, very long stanza. So Yathabi is for example. Give the example. Give the example here is Naban. We study from the Naban. Naba is the sky. Naban Ahisa. So Naban Ahisa means very tall in the sky. Ahisa is touching the sky. Yeah. Pali, Naban is the sky. Ahisa is touching the sky. That meaning is very tall. What? Babada. So that Babada, that mountain, Babada is a mountain. That mountain here, Marafan here, Sela. Sela is a rocky mountain. Wibula is very big. Very big rocky mountain, touching the sky. That means it's very tall, very high. Very high. Okay. Samanda is surrounding. Chadudisa at the end of the second line. Chadudisa, isn't it? Chadu is a four. Disa is a direction, four direction. Chadudisa. Surrounding the four direction. Nipotanda. Nipotanda is make a powder, grinding to make a powder. So this is an example. For us, like that kind of very big and very high rocky mountain approaching to us, like a Jadi, Chara, Marana is like a very big and very tall mountain approaching to us, to kill us, to kill everybody. So Buddha, that kind of example gave how we are very dangerous. Jadi, Jara, Marana is how they are dangerous. That aging and death is, concerned with all living beings, approaching all the time. At the end, destroying like a potanda means nipotanda means the grinding with powder to make a powder. So a nubriyo means wandering. They are approaching these mountain, rocky, high, very high, and big rocky mountain, approaching to make a powder for everybody from the full direction. So we cannot run away, isn't it? Yeah. So that example Buddha gave. So this is the example. So example put in your body and mind. Everyone like this. So Buddha gave. Everyone like this means look at your body and mind. Jaraja, michuja. Jara is the OH, michu, death. OH also, death also. We go to the next slide. Khati. Khati is a Kim Khati. And then Brahmani. Brahmani is a Brahmana. Wasi. Wasi is the rich person. Wasi Sudi. Sudi is kind of the poor person. So opposite, Wase is a rich person. Sudi is a poor person. Wase, Sudi, and then Chandala. Pekuse. Yeah, Chandala is a kind of the beggar. Yeah, Chandala. Pekuse is a very dirty job doing, the very dirty job, the kind of person we call in here Pali is Pekuse. Pokuse. Sorry, no. Pokuse. Not Pekuse. Pokuse. Very the person who make a very dirty job. That's the kind of thing we call Pokuse. So anyway, Kim or Brahmana or rich person or poor person or beggar or very, very dirty job person or whatever, whoever. Whoever. Panini. Panini is the all living being. Panina. We call Panini. Diwat Dandi. Diwat Dandi means a take. Influence. Take means influence. The Jara and Marana. Jara, the age, old age, and then death. The influence all kind of rich or poor or king or whoever. Yeah, they influence like this. So na kinchi pari wichedi. Kinchi means anybody. Na pari wichedi cannot run away. Cannot run away from the jara, old age, and then from the mature death, from the death. Na kinchi parivichedi. Kinchi, everybody, anyone, anybody, na parivichedi cannot run away. Saba mewa bimatati. Saba mewa bimatati. Saba mewa is all. It was only all. Everybody, all kind of person. Abhimadadi means Abhimadadi is make a destroy, make a grinding into the powder. Okay, so natata hatinam bhumi. So tata. So we're studying from the tata. Tata in that in the destroy of the dead. Tata is in the destroy of the dead. Hatina. Hatina. Hatina is the person, the very, very brave person who riding the elephant. Very, very old the time the army is not nowadays. The army is just elephant army. They have that horse army. So like this, when they're fighting each other, so the more horse and elephant army, they have a very, very great powerful. So here mentioned Hatina is that kind of the soldier who riding the elephant. So here Hatina. Yeah. Hatina Bhumi. Bhumi is the ground. Na means na ati. There's not. And then Ratana. Rata is the kind of the Rata is kind of cat. Cat and not cat. The soldier who riding the cat. Yeah. So Bhumi na ati. And then na patiya. Patiya is the soldier. The soldier is not riding anything, just walking. That kind of soldier we. So the kind of army in the very old time, very so Patiya is a kind of soldier. Bhumi, the ground, the Naati. And Manda Yuda Yudena. Manda Yudena. Manda is a kind of the chanting. So very old, long ago. So that kind of chanting make a win the fighting like this. So Manda Yudena Chabi with the powerful chanting also Nasaka. Jidong is a to win the death, to win the death. Jidong, to win the death. Nasaka, unable. They are not able to win the death with the very powerful chanting. And then Dhanena is properties. Who are very rich, that person cannot cannot win the kind of death. Finally, whatever they have, the wealthy, they cannot buy the life with the wealth to win the death. This is the nature of death. So death is a kind of Mara, Mityu Mara. The Buddha's 5 kind of Mara. So Mityu Mara. Death is kind of Mara. Nobody win. Nobody win with the Mara, with the Mityu Mara. Death. That's why I'm Buddha put 5 kind of Mara is Mityu Mara is one of thing. Isn't it? So that's why here Pali mentioned like this. The nature of death is like this. We have to reflect or recollect in that way to practice mindfulness or death meditation. So English translation here, hence it is said as through huge mountain made of the rock. So thus they reach up to the sky, while to advance from every side, crying beneath them all their life. So age and death roll over all, warrior. Warrior is a kind of the king, priests, merchants, craftsmen, the housekeep, and then scavenger. So crushing all living beings, spreading no. And here no troop or elephant, no chariot, no infantry, no strategy, in form of spell, no rich sub to be done off. To be done off means that kind of the dab and OH cannot. Okay, so Pali continue explaining the kind of nature of the dab is A1 like this. Jivita Sampatiya, the fulfill of the life, success of the life, Jivita Sampatiya, Marana Patti Pariyosana. Marana Vipatti Pariyosana. Marana is a death. Vipatti is the kind of the fail. So Marana, death is a kind of the failure. Vipatti Pariyosana, and What Pandina? What Pandina means analysis. Make analysis like this. Somebody Vipatti to somebody is successful. Vipatti is a failure. So Marana Anusari Daba. Marana is a death. Anusari Daba means again and again recollect or reflect. So this is how that should be recollect as a ring or the success by the defining as a death final ring of the life success. Like this. And then Bali explaining Vipassanā Haranado. What is the meaning of Vipassanā Haranado? Bali explain. Vipassanā Haranado. Vipassanā Haranado meaning is Parehi. Para is the other. So para here, the other means the other who already passed away, died. Sade. Sade is together. Atano. Atano means ourselves. Vipassanā. Vipassanā meaning is compare with us. The person who already died with that person, compare ourselves. Oh, we also die one day like this. Yeah. So that meaning. So yeah, many kind, many Buddha, enlightened, and many Buddha also dead at the end of their life, isn't it? So even though these very great person also dead, so we also one day we will die. So reflect like this. It's here we call Vipassanā. Yeah, compare with the person who died. And then Tata. Tata is a Tata Sattaha Karihi. Sattaha Karihi. So Tata in the mindfulness of that, Tata means in the mindfulness of that. Satta harake, satta is a living being, haraka is a take. Satta harake. Upasana do. Upasana to compare Marana and Usuridaba. So there should be we collect about it there. Yeah, yes, yasa mahatado. Yasa is a very many many they are famous, great famous person also. So like the Buddha and the Sariputta, Moggallana, they are very famous. So like this. So very famous person all around the world, all over the world, you can look at. So these person also finally they will die. They die. So that kind of reflecting. Yes, yasa mahadado or punya mahadado. Punya is they make a very great wholesome thing. But even though the person also die, so thinking, reflecting like this, yeah. Punya mahadado, and then Dhamma mahadado. So Dhamma bala is saying here. Dhamma and bala is Pali saying power. Dhamma mahadado, very powerful person, but finally they die. And then AD mahadado. Very AD is supernormal power, very great super, like a Moggallana. Moggallana is very super special supernormal power he has. But even though when he died, the 500 robbery killed him. He cannot run away at the time. Because of the previous life, he killed his own father and mother. That's why his supernatural power, normal power cannot save him. So that kind of person who has a very great supernormal power, even though that person died. So Adi Mahadado and then Panya Mahadado. Yeah, Panya, wisdom. Very great wisdom person like a Buddha. Buddha, Pachika Buddha, very great person, the wisdom person. But they finally they die. So, the reflecting like that. Panya Mahadado, Pachika Buddha do, yeah, many Pachika Buddha. Many Pachika Buddha also die. And Sammasambuddha do is a many unattended, fully unattended Buddha also die. So Katan, how reflect like this? So make a question. Katan. So comparing like this, many different kind. The Yasa Mahadado compare with the Yasa is a popularity. Punya Mahadado compare with the many Hosandi, Thama Mahadado, very, very powerful person. Compare with that person, or that person dying, we will die also. So, reflecting like this. So that's why here, by comparison, Upasana meaning is by comparing one set to the other. To the other meaning is here in the that should be reflected by the comparison in several way, seven way, seven method. That is to say, with a great frame. Those are the great friend, the person who was very popularity person. With those are the great marriage, punya. With those are the great strength, dharma. With those are the great supernormal power, adi mahada. With those are the great understanding, panya mahada. With the Pichika Buddha, with the fully enlightened Buddha, Sammasambuddha. So how we compare with these seven ways? So explain, Pali explain continuously like this here. Idam Marananama. Idam Marananama Mahayasana. So Idam Marananama, this step means Mahayasana. Many famous person. Mahaparivarana. Maha is a many. Parivara is kind of the person, the who are following, the follower, Parivana. Mahaparivana, many follower. Sambana, Dhana, Vaharana. Sambana. Sambana Dhana is a wet. Vahana is a kind of the army. Yeah. So, many wet and many power of army, that person here, the Buddha mentioned Maha Samanda Mandu Mandadu Maha Sudasana. So Mahasamada is a kind of name of the king. The king is the we call the the universal king. Mahasamada. So Mandadu is Bodhisattva. Mandadu, the universe king is Bodhisattva also. And Maha Sudasana also. Yeah, Maha Sudasana is the name of the universal king name. So it's also the Bodhisattva. So Buddha, when he going to die, he go to the Kusinagara. Kusinagara is before Buddha, clad the parami, various kind of parami. He became the Mahasudasana universal king at that city. So at that time, that Kusinagara is very, very popular because the city of the universe king city. But right now, at the Buddha time, India, The Kusinagara is very small town, not popular town. So like this, sometimes some place somebody is very rich and very popular, but later changing, everything gone, disappear. So this is the nature of the death. This is the nature of the death. So Buddha complained, the Ananda complained to the Buddha. Why Buddha going to the Savatthi and the other city is good place? Hmm? But why Buddha go to the Kusinagara? So Buddha, no, Kusinagara is great city, the city of universal king. At the time, many years ago, million, billion years ago, I'm also Mahasudarsana, the universal king. So I want to give the Dhamma talk about that, the past popular, right now, everything gone. This is impermanent nature. I want to show. So Buddha, that's the reason Buddha go to that place to die. So Buddha explained to the Ananda like this. So here, Mahasudarsana. So Mahasudarsana Sutta is very popular. In the Digha Nikaya, Mahasudarsana Sutta is very long sutta. Buddha explain everything what happened at the time. Okay, Mahasudarsana and Dalanemi. Nemi is a kind of the king name. Yeah, Dalanemi. Dalanemi also Buddha Bodhisattva. Nimi Pabudi Nambi. Nimi Babudi Nambi means Babudi is a kind of the king who possesses many land. Upri is up. Nira Sankamewa. Nira Sankamewa. Nira Sankamewa means no doubt. Patida, fall down. So very great, powerful king, universal king also, one day fall down. So everything is going to disappear. So that the nature Buddha is playing here. Ki Minga Pana. Ki Minga is Meshan, here Meshan. Ki Minga Meshan. Meshan is Meshan is Meshan is my Upri upon me. Meshan Upri means upon me. Kamingam Patisati. Kamingam Na Patisati. Na Patisati. Patisati is the four. Na Patisati means not four. Yeah. Kamingam means why? Why not? Why not upon me? not for. Why not up for me? Yeah, like this. The meaning is why not me too? That for these example like this, the person. Yeah. So here English translation, although Mahasamada Mandadu, the name of the king, universal king, Mahasudasana, Dangla Nimi, etc., were greatly famous, very, very popular, and has a great follower, many followers. And though they have achieved at much animals well, yet that inevitably catch up with them at lunch. So how shall it not at last overtake me? So the meaning is, even though these person finally die, so me too. The meaning. We have to reflect like this about the nature of the death. Okay? And then Bali continue explain about the death and the nature of death. Maha Yasa. Raja Vara. Mahasamata Adeyo. Tebi Michu Wasampata. Madi Sesu Katawa Kadi. Okay, so this is the example. The Mahayasa is a many wealth, so wealthy, great wealthy. Raja Vara is a Vara is Vara is the best. Raja is king. The best king, the great king, who has many wealth, like Mahasamanda, the king, Aryo is etc. Devi, these person who are very great king and then great wealth they have, but Michu Wasan. Michu is a dead. Wasa is the kind of the Wasa is witch, the witch of death. Pata, rich. So the person rich, the dead, the meaning. Even though they are very wealthy and very great power they have, they cannot fight against them. That the meaning. So Madi says Katawa Katadi. Madi says means like me. Like me is I'm not very great power and not very great happy. I'm wealthy. So for me, how can I say about the Katawa Kata? Katawa is how Kata is make. How can make it with the death? So that meaning. Okay, and then Ewandawa Yasa Mahatato Anusaritama. Ewan like this. Yasa Mahatato, the many wealthy person also. Yeah, the should be reflect like this. Katan Punya Mahadato. The Punya Mahadato is even though very, very many merits, many Hosandi make it, but the Buddha make many lies, he make perfection. That kind of perfection. A lot of wholesome things he make. But finally Buddha died. So Katan means how we can do that. We cannot. We can do nothing about with the death. So that meaning. And then great king like Mahasamand or the translation, great king like the Mahasamandata. Mahasamanda is a kind of the name, whose fame did spread so mightily, offer into the death's power too. So what can be said of those like me? So that meaning is I cannot run away from that. It should be recollect in that way, firstly by comparison with those of great faith, and how by the comparison with those of the great merit. So like the Jodiko. Jodika is a very, very rich person at the Buddha time. Jodika is a very, very great, wealthy person. So that's why he mentioned Jodiko, Jodika, rich person, Jadilo. Jadila is also another name of the rich person, Jadilo. So at the Buddha time, they are very rich person. Jodika, Jadila, and Ogo. Ogo is also another, a rich person name, and Mendago. Mendago is another rich person name at the Buddha time. Atta. Atta, from these person, Ponago. Ponago is another rich person name. Ponago. So it is Sinyi. Ja. So it is these rich person also sing it is ja. Inyi ja. Chinyi is a cha inyi. Inyi ja. Inyi cha is the other rich person also. Ye logi. Logi uh, in the wall. Ye some person. Yeah, Mahabonyada. Mahabonyada, very big, great, wholesome thing now. Visuddha, very popular Visuddha. Very popular person, very many the great merit person, whoever, Sabi, all, everybody. Marana Mabana. Maranang Apana. Marana Mabana is Maranang Apana. So Marana, death, Apana is, rich to the death, finally. Mahadi says, Kathadi, Kathawa, Kata, Kadi, Kathawa, Kadi. So, like me, what can I say? For me, what can I say? Comparing the person finally dead, finally they die. So for me, what can I say? Katawa, Kadi. Everyone like this. Everyone, Punya Mahadado. Very great merit person. Or compare with that, no sorry, should be reflect like this. And then Katan Tamado. Tan is a how. Tamado is Tamamadato. Tamamadato is a very, very great power, strength. Yeah. So that's why in English translation, Jodika, Jadila, Oga, and Medaka, and Punaka. These persons, the words that the other two did lies most meritoriously, yet they came one and all to death finally. So why? What can be said of those like me? So it should be recollect in that way by comparison with those great merit. And then how by comparison with those of the great strength. So Pali continue like this. Vasudevo, Baladevo. So Vasudeva is the name of the king. Vasudeva, Baladeva, name of the king. Bhimasena, Bhimasena also name of the king. Yodhitila. Yodhitila is the name of another king. Chanuro. Chanuro is another. Chanulo yo Mahamanlo or Mahamanlo is a kind of the boxer. Name of the boxer name. Andakasa. Andaka is here. Andaka is a make an. So make an meaning is a name of the dead. Dead is we call Andakasa. Andaka is the king of the dead. The king of the Andakasa Vasangata. Vasan is according to the witch or the king of death. Gata. They all are going. They all are following. Like this. Ewan Tama Bahubeda. Tama. Ewan like this. Tama Bahubeda. Tama is a power. Tama. Bahu is a many. Iti Logami Visuddha. So like this, Logami is in the wall. Visuddha is very popular. These kings are very popular. It is ADB. So these very popular and very powerful person came Maranang Yadi. They died. ADB Maranang Yadi. Yada. Mahdi Sesu Katawa Kadi. So for me, how can I say? Mahdi Sesu Katawa Kadi. Katawa Kadi. So how can I say? For me, how can I say? So even like this, Tama Mahadado no Saritava. So compare with the power like this, no Saritava should be reflect the nature of the death. Okay, so we will stop here. I think today we will stop here. Like so, the Buddha explained many kind of the reflecting about the nature of the death like this. So we can practice the mindfulness of death in that way, in many kinds. So whatever you want, you can practice in this way, like this. Okay. So before stop the lecture, we wait our Buddha teaching staying longer and longer in the universe. So please say Buddha Sasanam Chirandita 2 and 3 times, please. Buddha Sasanam Chirandita 2. Buddha Sasanam Chirandita 2. Buddha Sasanam Chirandita 2. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Idame punya aswakayam wan hodu. Idame punya nibbanasa pachayo hodu. Idame punya megapala nyanasa pachayo hodu. Sadhu. Sadhu, sadhu. Thank you very much for your watching. So the more you understand the nature of death like this, so you can reflect every day according to these methods. So that kind of meditation, supporting you to make an urgency to do the manifold in every day. So that's why it's very important to reflect the mindfulness or depth. So Buddha recommend that kind of meditation method. Okay, so see you next week. Have a good day. Bye bye.